Yeah, we have about $200,000 that has come in from the states that we need to decide what to do.
Yeah, and some of it's pretty old.
I had a question on the, van expense. Was that gas money for the, I was wondering if you got a check from the Sister Bay Historical Society for
I did.
gas?
I
Okay,
did.
is that what the expense was there then, the
And
operating
this
expense?
might be a timing issue where I
Okay,
got the check in the previous year, and this year we went to Church's Auto and had oil change and something else.
Yeah, there was
And
something
then-
that needed to be fixed.
Yeah, so then you end up with this big expense and no income to
Cause the
offset.
I would assume the 104 was the oil change and the, forgot what Dick said had to be fixed, something.
Yeah, something,
Yeah.
a thingamajigger had to be
Just a
fixed.
tire rotation.
Oh, tire
Was that-
rotation, there you
something
go.
Oh, I thought he said
Yeah.
it was something else.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay, I was just curious about the, cause I knew that it hadn't been used that much, so.
Mm-hmm.
When we do announce these intended use of the bequest, would you consider, Jim, a temple talk or something on putting the church in your will? Because I
Yeah.
think there's families out there that ought to be saying, oh, that could be me.
Exactly, and that, we talked about this, it was probably more than a year, well, it was probably about a year ago, because I think it was about a year ago that we found out about this request. And one of the things that I suggested at that time, and I definitely want to follow up on, is to actually announce this in two pieces. And the first piece is to say, look what these people did, right? And look what this is going to mean for the church moving on. I've talked before about endowing your pledge. And what the Milkies have essentially done, if we would decide to put this in the endowment fund, is that they've given an amount of money that we are going to get their pledge every year in perpetuity, right? And I just think that's a beautiful thing, right? For you to keep giving your pledge for decades after you die, I think that's kind of cool. That's what I want to do, right? And so that is in effect what Jan has done here, assuming that we would put the money in the endowment fund. If we decide to spend it, then that all goes out the window. But yes, so to do it in two pieces, to say, look what they've done and use it as an inspiration for others. And then the second piece would be to announce to the congregation, the council has decided to do X with the bequest.
And there is one other pending piece of business around that bequest. We were the beneficiary of an annuity, which had an enormous amount of taxable gain in it. But since we're a church, we don't pay any income tax. So I don't know if they were thinking about that when they did it or not, but that claim is still out there.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can leverage your taxable stuff.
Okay, cool. All right. You had a question?
Yeah, just a quick, it's really general, sorry to digress, but the cash position, I noticed you had like 7,000 and then some money market. Have we ever had any serious cash flow issues from month to month, or is that, how liquid are those accounts?
Everything, these top three lines in the
Okay.
balance sheet are
That's
perfectly liquid.
Okay. got it.
So, yeah, to answer your first question, since I've been treasurer, certainly we haven't. And the last time I was treasurer, which was probably decades ago, there wasn't a problem then.
Should be with that amount.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're thinking of the panic letter I wrote last
No, no.
December.
No, I just, I have an idea of how much and the fact that they're very liquid, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
Really, we're
yeah.
fine.
You and I think the same then. Okay, then the other thing I wanted to share was just a little note that came through with the $50 check. It says, "Good morning. Yesterday I worshiped with you via my computer. I enjoyed being with you. Please add this to the offering plate." Somebody named Lonnie Brown from Milton, Wisconsin.
Oh, cool.
You just don't know until you know.
That's great. Well, we get a check or two every year from circle of older ladies who live in Ferndale, California, which is on the northern redwood coast of California. And every few years they come and visit our beautiful place, but when they don't visit, they go to their tiny little Ferndale Lutheran church every Sunday, and then they go and sit together and have coffee and watch our video.
Oh.
Any questions for treasurer? I don't remember for Robert's Rules of Order, do we look for motion to, yes, we should look for motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Motion to accept the treasurer.
Second.
Got the names there.
Jeff. Mark.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. We'll move on to the committee reports, starting with pastors.
Any questions about, I did have a follow-up visit on Friday with the urologist, and no evidence of the recurrence of cancer in my bladder, so that's good news. Yeah, what else did I say? Yeah. I do have to, though, I do have to go through another course of BCG treatments, probably sometime in March. So another a 3-week course where I'll have to go to Green Bay once a week for 3 weeks. And it's not fun, but better than chemo.
Well, you probably make some Costco runs
I
for
was gonna say.
members.
On our list.
Actually, you probably don't want to know all the details, but when I get done with that BCG treatment, I have to get in my car and I have to go straight home and do not pass go. My bladder is full of biotoxins or whatever, so I have to get home. It's the short version of it. And for the next 8 hours, I have to stay home.
Do you glow in the dark? Probably do.
It's getting real personal.
Let's just say this, every
Details,
time I use the
details.
toilet, I have to follow it with 2 cups of Clorox.
Oh,
Wow.
Toxic.
Do you need rides for that, or you take yourself? You go yourself?
No, I drive myself, yeah. Thanks.
Mhm.
Anything else on my report or that I failed to mention?
I was just curious, you went somewhere, didn't you, for a meeting or?
Yeah,
Or did that not happen?
are you talking about the one I invited council members to?
Yeah.
No
Greece.
responses yet. I am totally glad you did not go, because it was a total waste of time.
Oh, good.
It was brutal.
I
It
almost
was
went.
brutal.
That was the Green Bay conference.
Yes. I had thought, Hope Springs Eternal, and I thought that this would be a move forward in trying to redo the council structure or the conference structure, but all it was, and I didn't understand this until I got there. There's 6 conferences in our synod, and each one operates under a different set of rules and protocols. And so what the synod is trying to do is standardize them so that they all operate under the same protocols. And yeah, that's all I need to say. I'm glad you did not go.
Okay, let's move on to Linda's report.
Anybody? I tabled Stephen Ministry until March, just to save time today. Really excited about this coming weekend with our kids at Journey with Jesus. There's 120 kids registered from the Synod, so it should just be
That's great.
just an absolute blast.
And how many from our church will go?
6.
Wow, that's
6
great.
kids, yeah.
That's fabulous.
That's a lot.
Any questions for Linda? Other questions? Tara's report was submitted. Who's going to North Carolina?
I
It
am.
is Jim and Grace, Vicky, Les, Pat Skosbakken and Tara.
What was the first name? Jen, you said?
Jim.
Jim, okay, thank you.
The Reverend.
Well, safe travels.
Is Tara going to, I'm sorry.
No,
Jane.
go ahead.
I think Tara was going to represent possibly talking with somebody about a recovery mission trip while you guys.
She has arranged to have someone talk with us about what possibilities there might be for mission.
Okay, because we've got some youth that are interested and it'd be great to partner up with anybody who wants to go down there. I'll even drive.
And you were gonna ask something else?
What was it now? This is so embarrassing. Oh, I thought Tara said there was gonna be something about that position this month. Last month, we talked about that position that they were gonna bring more details, so that isn't happening?
No, we have no details.
Okay,
What
Yeah.
position?
like
The-
a seniors outreach
right,
person,
right.
a part-time.
No, we don't have any more details.
And Tom gave his report. So we're looking for a motion to accept the committee reports as presented.
I make a motion.
Jane,
Second.
and any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. We're moving old business Milky bequest to March. March potluck lunch.
I think that we're gonna have Wednesday meals all month. Do we need to do a meal on Sunday too? 2 days later or whatever, 3 days later?
That's a good point.
It is.
Suspend them during Lent.
That would be my thoughts, personal thoughts, but I think it's gonna be hard enough to find people to do the meals at lunch.
I think, people are starting to get in the groove about this. I don't wanna
Oh,
confuse them
so your suggestion would be to continue.
to continue, yeah.
And there, I mean, to that point, there are quite a number of people who come on Sunday who will not come on Wednesdays.
That's true, yeah. I think it,
I mean, it really is
the more
pretty-
we can just make it set in stone, first Sunday of the month,
Yeah.
that's, bring your Jell-O.
Bring your Jell-O and Jane will carry it around.
Not this way. Rita does her Jell-O delivery table by table.
Oh, I thought you did that. No. That's really funny. Rita is a character.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, okay. Well, and I'll check with Vicky. In the past number of months, I have ordered the chicken and she has picked it up, and she picked up the ordering part this past month too, so I'll check with her and see if she's willing to do it.
Kind of made it sound like she didn't wanna do it anymore at the last
Yeah.
meeting,
Oh,
but
did she?
I got that impression, did
I
you?
did too.
She said, that'll be my last time, but I don't know, you can ask her. You weren't at that
Maybe
meeting?
she'll still do the ordering, somebody else could do the picking up.
Well, am I the only one who feels this way about the potluck? I mean, if
No, I mean, we
you guys
did
are all
this-
thinking now, come on now.
We did decide at one time back in the summer that we were just gonna do it.
We're gonna
Mhm.
soldier on.
Then who's setting up and all?
That would be the biggest concern, is making sure that that Saturday crew is
Yeah,
locked in ahead of time so that we're not scrambling, you know? Or that it doesn't fall on Jane or it doesn't fall on, you know.
I don't mind if I'm in town, I never know though until close to the time.
Yeah,
'cause
and
it's
I'm
easier
definitely
if I
gone.
can bop up
Yeah.
here, but
Well, I'm available, I'm sure, if you're not, so.
I'm glad to help out with
Yeah.
March as well.
I
I
can
think
jump
Sunday is
into.
more of a problem.
What's that?
I think the Sunday help is always, I mean,
the
I
Sunday
try to
party.
ask a few people to help
Mhm.
ahead of time, but, that's where it's kind of the same, been a lot of the same people every week.
Did you have
And it's-
enough people jump in last time? Like last minute?
Yeah, but it's kind of always the same people, which I don't know, maybe that's okay. I don't wanna do it every week, every month, I'm sorry, I'm being honest.
Mhm.
But, I mean, Glenn's been really good about dishwashing every month.
Yeah, he's He's nuts.
Actually, I think dishwashing is kind of fun. It's a nice no-brainer
gratifying.
thing.
Yeah, it must be a
The
vacation
hardest
for
part is there
thinking.
always has to be someone in charge that's like, makes sure everything gets done and the
Mhm.
lights get turned off, all the, you know, and I don't think we have enough of those people.
Right, I would agree. It's just kind of like,
Is there a
Hope it
person
gets done.
who's sort of the kitchen coordinator who takes that on?
Well, I've been kind of doing it, but I really don't want to do it every month, you know, because it's, you can't enjoy the potluck.
Right.
At least I can't, when I
Right.
know that all this other stuff has to be done. And
That's-
someone has to bring the glasses, you know, refill everything that
Yeah.
gets more lemonade, more water. And, you know, I mean, I do it because I know people enjoy it, but it'd be nice to have some other people taking charge.
Yes, that's true.
I'm glad to help out for March. I know I'll be here, I won't in April, but I'm glad to help with that Saturday setup or whatever. And morning of, I'll even pick up the chicken.
Vicky kind of does the morning, she's, I think, still okay with the coffee. It's just the cleanup that I think she likes help with, so she doesn't always stay till the end.
Okay.
I will see Vicky tomorrow and I'll ask her about that and try to get an honest assessment of whether she wants to
Okay.
do that. If not, I'll reach
Okay.
out to you.
Okay. I'm on reserve.
You can always count on me for shutdown. You know, I'll make sure the lights and the dishwasher and everything's turned off.
Yeah, I guess I feel like it's important for you to be out there too with people. I mean, that's when you can connect with people and, you know.
Yep.
Shouldn't you do it enough already?
No, I'm just shutting
Should
off
always be
lights.
good.
It's,
Well, Glenn pretty much knows how to shut the dishwasher down now, but,
Yeah, he does.
you know, just make sure the stoves are off, the hot water heater's off, all that stuff, but.
wherever you need help.
All right, good. Okay, and then the senior care research and action team is tabled till the next meeting because we don't have anything.
We might have pretty good discussion
Oh, I
in
didn't see that.
Montreat.
Okay.
I think where it's going is we're running an ad, but who knows?
All right, okay. All right, and for the next item, I realized this morning when I got here that I should have passed this on to you, and I did not. So here's the request from the Peninsula Music Festival. Hello, I think her name is Lisa Harper. I am the executive director of the Peninsula Music Festival. Our concerts are performed at the Door County Auditorium. This year, we will not have access to about half of our parking spaces, and it's too far for some of our patrons to walk from the far parking lot. We are looking at providing a shuttle for our concerts to pick up a few designated designated pickup locations. These occur at 7:30 p.m. and at 9:30 p.m. on August 5, 7, 9, 12, 14, 16, 19, 21, and 23. Wondering if this is something you might be interested in helping us with. And Carol sent this to Dick Burris, who is kind of our bus guy. And he wrote to me and others and said I would be happy to put this on the council agenda. So I'm assuming, I don't want to put you in the place of speaking for Dick, but I assume that he's in favor of this.
Yes,
Okay.
I mean, it obviously has to get drivers. My question was, do you get free tickets to the
yeah.
concert?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I feel like even if you had to sit.
I think that's a good, that's a good.
Yeah,
ask.
I mean,
It
'cause
is.
we're not gonna get paid.
Right.
Just like the ushers can watch, because the
Yeah.
person that drives is,
They just have
Gotta
to leave a
stay.
little early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Les would do it if you got free tickets, I'm sure.
Well, I know Dick said he would do some of them too, but it'd be nice to get others involved in
Yeah, I mean,
driving.
that was my only thing is like,
Cause it's only, what, 9 nights, I think it was?
and you said it's only 9 nights, and my response was, it's 9 nights.
In August, when everybody's really busy, that's,
But if there's someone that, you know,
Yeah.
is interested in driving and going and getting tickets, I think that's a big plus.
Yeah.
The youth doesn't need